This building is condemned. The city admits it. The bus union wouldn't allow them to use it years ago, so they turned it into an emergency police facility. It's full of asbestos, chemicals, oils from decades and decades and decades in this 70-year-old building, and the average stay for someone scooped up in there is over 24 hours. The city even admits that.
Many of the nearly 2,000 protesters arrested over the past few days have been taken to an old bus depot on Manhattan's West Side. But now the use of Pier 57 as a temporary holding facility is stirring up some controversy of its own. Protests are being held there to spotlight conditions. Some of those being detained say they're getting sick. There are reports of cramped conditions, rashes, chemical burns, and difficulty breathing.
We should call this facility what it is, and it's a concentration camp. It's the Pier 57 concentration camp.
The mayor has the nerve, and the police commissioner has the nerve to allow this to happen, to actually stick people in an oil-filled garage with asbestos. The orange nets are about 4 feet high. They're used in construction to wrap construction sites so people can't get in or out. And the police just bring them around you and you can't escape. I've been promoting that idea that we're heading for a fascist dictatorship here. And obviously people are beginning to go, I'm beginning to think you were right. And I think tomorrow we got to get everybody out there at Ground Zero between 1 and 6 p.m. to try to get the truth brought out, to urge Eliot Spitzer to reopen this case.
Now you're going to learn the truth about 9/11 that others dare not tell you. We're here at Ground Zero, and a big protest is gathering and preparing to march across town. And behind us, you can see the militarized police are massing for a response if there's any type of problems that develop. This is a hallmark of a society in decline, where you have peaceful protesters showing up at Ground Zero, calling for peace, and you have police officers not with just non-lethal weapons, but with fully automatic rifles. You see the founding fathers, they stood up, they were 4% at the beginning, and they said no to the redcoats and no to the establishment. And Mark Twain said, in the beginning, a patriot is a scarce man. He's hated and feared. But in time, when his cause succeeds, the timid join him, because then it costs nothing to be a patriot. And we're looking for patriots that know what the Bill of Rights and Constitution says, and that can see all of this and know that it's a fraud. Get that guy.
He's trying to take pictures of me. He's got you already rolling.
Hey, get him. Gonna make you a star. Better hold it up there all day. Do it, buddy.
Have a nice day.
Huh?
Have a nice day.
No, seriously.
I have a job to do. You're going to interfere with my job, then we're going to be in problems.
Hey,
okay?
really, sir, you shouldn't touch me. You need to identify yourself. You know in the state of New York that's assault, what you just did. And I'm asking you a question, sir. Why are you harassed? Who do you work for? You work for the city of New York just to document people? Huh?
Excuse me.
Well, you need to tell us. I mean, this is a free country.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
I mean, this is disgusting. Get some more of this guy. Well, there's your badge. Can we have your badge number, please?
Nope. See my boss over there.
Who's your boss?
Any one of those people. Boss on.
Do you think God's...
Sir, can you tell me this guy's badge number? Secret Police just covers his badge up. Secret Police in America. Out photographing people. That's the shot. That's the shot right there. Get it. There he is. Get it. Infowars.com. See yourselves. You're going to look good. Everywhere we traveled in New York, secret police videotaped and took photographs of us. But it wasn't just our crew. It was the mainstream media and the general public at large that were being photographed. But the worst area of all was Ground Zero, where the police took photographs of protesters and attempted to intimidate them as well. The police photographing the citizens is bad enough, but across the country we've caught the military photographing the public, as well as working with the police at football and baseball games, searching people's goods. Why, in Alabama, the Alabama Defense Force comes out, forms cordons around whole cities during different festivals, and searches every man, woman, and child, training them how to live in a high-tech police state. And now our police themselves are beginning to turn into the military. And guess what the military does? They fight an enemy. They are set up to kill people and break things.
And Susan, back to
Sir,
you.
I just wanted to say that.
Well, we're going to leave it at that. Thanks very much. We'll be back outside Madison Square Garden in a few minutes.
And Susan, of course, the floor is empty, but they're here, and lest we be accused of not hearing all voices, we cut you off a moment ago. This is Alex Jones from Austin, Texas, a radio talk show host.
Yes, sir, with Infowars.com. Both candidates are cousins. They're skull and bones. They're bringing in big government and tyranny. The evidence is clear. The military-industrial complex was intimately involved in 9/11. The commission is a complete fraud. We're losing our freedoms. Both parties are controlled. And if we don't wake up and stand up and speak out, this country's going to be destroyed. Giving up liberty only gives us tyranny. It does not give us security. And I hope that everybody out there wakes up to this and realizes that America is America because we have the Bill of Rights and Constitution. Everybody should investigate 9/11 and find out who's really behind it. It's Bush's and the New World Order's Reichstag. And his cousin Kerry isn't going to save you either. Thank you, PrisonPlanet.com.
Alex Jones.
There's been an almost total media blackout on the fact that most of the 9/11 victims' families are angry at the government and believe that they had prior knowledge or were involved. But they couldn't cover it up when families came to New York from the 9/11 Commission and got in Giuliani's face.
Question. Let's ask a real question. Is that unfair? And what about the bunker? You didn't ask them about the bunker, the Office of Emergency Management bunker on fire? It burned.
We are getting ready for the next panel.
Remember this. Your government funded and trained Al-Qaeda. Repeat it again. Your government funded and trained Al-Qaeda. 3,000 people murdered does not
we thank you
It's a vacuum
very
of
much
leadership.
for your
Let us
help, your
ask
leadership,
real questions.
and your cooperation.
Here's another thing the media continually buries. Giuliani got rid of all the evidence, all the steel from the Twin Towers. He immediately shipped it off. Giuliani's a former U.S. prosecutor. He knows a thing about keeping the evidence in a crime scene. And Giuliani suddenly got rid of every piece of evidence. He melted down all the steel, and the media didn't report it. That's not interesting. The families had to go testify to Congress to say, FEMA, you got to stop Giuliani from doing this. They tried to get Congress to stop Giuliani, and Giuliani said, oh, I didn't know anybody wanted me to keep any of the evidence. Well, my simple message is this. Again, Americans, wake up. You know your media lies to you every day. Your government has on record for hundreds of years lying to you every day. That's all I ask. Wake up, pay a little more attention, and don't believe anything you read in the papers.
How many times have we caught them lying to us?
Yeah, how many? Well, they just closed the Office of Disinformation, didn't they?
Why isn't that Zogby poll headline news today?
Yeah, why isn't that Zogby poll headline news? It should be.
Because every media in the country got it. Zogby sent it out to everyone.
What are you going to do when 92% think like us? Well, why isn't the media talking about that? That's a big deal that a majority of New Yorkers believe what we believe in the new major Zogby poll. Why isn't that a major issue? And what is the establishment going to do when everybody thinks like we do?
And on Monday, that Zogby poll was released that showed 50% of New York City residents believe the government had foreknowledge and made a conscious decision not to intervene. 50% of the people who live in New York believe that. Well, it's time for a serious investigation.
Then CNN conducted its own poll on Anderson Cooper's program 360. After an hour-long show where he and others demonized members of the 9/11 skeptics movement, they conducted their own poll, and an amazing 90% of respondents out of over 7,000 believe that there was a U.S. government cover-up. All of the people involved in the cover-up of September 11th have gotten wealthy off of it or gotten even richer. And then now, September 11th is being used to kill our freedoms, to destroy what America is built on, what America is supposed to really be about.
Most of my friends have questions about what happened on 9/11, and we'd like to know answers, and we're very disappointed in President Bush's reaction to 9/11.
My name is Les. Live here in New York City, and I'm part of a contingent that has vigils here at Ground Zero every Saturday. We've been doing it since January, actually. And I've seen a lot of interesting things, heard a lot of interesting things from people. A few just happened today. A woman came up saying that her family received a phone call from a family friend. She was told by this family friend on September 10th, the family friend was a Navy SEAL, told not to show up in Lower Manhattan